Good, so let me close that door so it don't get smoky. Now the temperature is gonna bottom out. Now it's gonna get crazy cold. It's gonna be 10 tonight. 10 Fahrenheit. So it's getting colder. It is cray cray. Up there. Let me just set this up. Make sure this is muted. Go watch TV. It's on. It's ready for you. Go ahead. Dami, go ahead.
I don't like those letters on the bottom.
I took them off already. I told you.
Yeah, maybe I'll find the Spanish on it.
Exactly. KJ. I just went live.
You don't talk to John no more?
Yes, you can, Frenzy, go for it.
Huh?
You see, this is what I mean. I'm talking to people already here. What?
You don't talk to John no more?
John?
Yes, you are.
Of course I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I never seen him.
All right.
You got it.
God loves you. Jesus calling out. I've seen too much revival. Reach out to the Lord. I've written music. My Christmas songs are religious a little bit in nature. I actually throw some stuff in there. People catch it. But I don't want to be overtly religious because, I respect everyone's faith or lack of faith. It's not for me to judge. It's not for anyone to judge. That's only to judge. So I don't try to persuade or dissuade anyone from anything. It's up to people to reach their own thing. But I get what you're saying.
How can I get the Channel 11 to New York like?
It's 511 on the TV. Yeah, 511. You're not going to see no news at this time, if that's what you're thinking. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Ma.
But I think they still have it.
You're not at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're not going to find news. Not on local, no. You got to do 529 for the news.
It's Caso Cerrado.
Yeah, you could. You have that on the DVR. You have 10 episodes of Caso Cerrado on the...
Usted
No, I am not. There are 10 of them.
never did that.
I always did it for you. You're just not paying attention. You want me to show you? Come on.
Me tengo que salir de aquí porque ya estoy frisándome.
I hear you. I totally respect that, Frenzy. Believe me, Mom, like the other day I had to put Guadalupe, the Pope, it was Guadalupe's birthday. I had to find the stream on the Tube of the U. Oh, I'm not live yet. So that Mom can see that at the Vatican, the Pope celebrating Guadalupe. Right, Ma? So, yeah.
I love La Guadalupe.
We have a local news for here that's 24/7. And that's what I just told her to go watch if she wanted to. So we have that.
La Guadalupe.
That's the only news I will watch on TV. To be honest, because it's local. It tells me what's going on here. That's what I want to know.
I'm in the Bronx, New York.
That's not for the Bronx, Ma. That's for here.
No, the one that the weatherman.
Oh yeah, that's different. That's a city news channel. I'm talking about the Hudson Valley News. News 12.
CNN.
No, that is not. That's national. And I don't watch it.
I used to watch CNN all the
You
time
used to. You don't watch it now.
with this guy.
I know. Can you go? I can't stream like this. Can you go to Human Watch TV, please?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Starts already. Like, I'm not going to start right away. And I'm going to go on TikTok now. But you haven't heard my Christmas songs, not the newer ones. Because I did throw reference in there.
That was nice.
Because everybody thinks of Christmas, Santa, the materialistic side, gifts, all that. That's not what it is. You know, really, it's about the birth of Jesus Christ. But it's been so flipped into such a materialistic thing. You know? And I get it. I love Christmas. I love the whole Santa thing. But it's also about Jesus. You know what I mean? Obviously, it is about Jesus, not Santa, really. It's about Jesus. But I'm not playing with that debate right now. Know what I mean, Frenzy? Yeah, KJ, I get it. That's why I said whether you're religious or not. The real true message of Christmas time I hear you. I hear you, Frenzy. The great thing about Christmas, and I wrote a song like that too with my lyrics, regardless of faith or lack of faith, in general terms, you feel that positive energy. That's the time when you can actually see people smiling. There's joy. You know, it seems like it's a community of energy, of positiveness. People tend to look out more for each other. There's more love, compassion, joy. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. People come together and they have that positive aura around them.
Billy, I baptized you.
I can't.
I baptized you Catholic.
I know. Anyway, so like I said, Christmas can mean different things for different people. But it's about the joy and the love that it brings to families, to communities, to people. It doesn't matter if God, look what happened in Australia. That was just horrific. Celebrating Hanukkah on a beach, and that happens. And look at the person who tackled one of the, I can't say the word, the T word, but you know what I'm saying? Look at that. Jumped out of his car and tackled him and got the weapon away from that person. That's a hero. Because there's so much hate out there. And politics has a lot to do with it, sadly. And they, you know, you would think people would be more responsible for the rhetoric. You know? It's bad enough you have a certain ethnic group with a different religion that obviously hates the Jewish people. But it's another thing when people around the globe express anti-Semitism. For what? What did they do to you? What is the problem? And I would say that about any ethnic background or any religion. But we're so inundated every day with social media, memes, thinking it's funny, and expressing hateful images, thinking it's funny. But there are crazy people out there that would do something like this, and I just can't make sense of it. You know what I mean? It's like, stop it. Be responsible. Denounce hate. Denounce it. I mean, what is it? Xenophobia, racism.
Ignorance.
I mean, my God. I don't know. And I'll tell you this. If a person is truly religious, they should never behave that way. I mean, really. It's abhorrent. You know how they try to compare certain sins? Well, like one sin is worse than another or less of a sin than another? Like, listen. That is just straight up a sin in the worst way to do something like that. The expressive hate and the use of violence. It's unfathomable. And it should be unacceptable to all of us, regardless of what our ethnicity is, what our religion is, what our race is, what color we are. We're human beings. Oh my God. Like I said, look what happened in Australia. Celebrating Hanukkah on the first day. They're on a beach. A popular beach near Sydney. And that happens. Look what happened at Brown University. Who knows what this nut job was thinking? But where do they get this inspiration from?
From the devil.
Where do they get fed this stuff? Where does it come from? Ma, stop. I'm talking.
From the devil, I tell you.
And it is demonic. It is. It's evil. It is evil. Purely evil. Yes, they are all equally evil. Correct. Yes. Yes, frenzy. But I think people conveniently use religion for their own convincing. Like, religion should never enter politics. Never. Ever. Because now it becomes like what we criticize other governments and other countries and their use of religion to control their people. What, you're going to weaponize religion? Really? You're going to say, we're the people of God, but you're the evil ones. When you start doing that, that is bad. Saying we're religious people, but you're not. That's like saying I'm a Republican. I'm religious. I am a person of faith. So what, Democrats aren't? That's dangerous when they start doing things like that. Straight up. To use religion, weaponize religion, to divide people. And a lot of people buy into it. Do they not know that is wrong? Thou shalt not judge others. You don't even know these people, and you're judging them, and you're saying that you're labeling them as evil. What is wrong with people? And then you embolden the crazy people out there that take act upon themselves to do crazy things, regardless of what your political affiliation is. It could be right, left, doesn't matter. There are crazy people out there across the board. It's going to happen. And the people that are in power are irresponsible for the rhetoric, calling Somalians garbage, labeling people garbage because you don't like brown people and you want white people to come in, but you don't want the brown people to come in because you're really concerned about the country flipping. And they know this. I've been saying this for years. Becoming a majority, a minority, and they become the minority. That's what this is all about. Straight up. That's what this is about. Because they feel threatened. We need more white people. We got to keep up the white population. We got to keep up the white majority. We got to slow this brown shit up because they're going to threaten us. Not in the T word, but as far as power in the future. They're slowing it down. They're doing everything they can to slow it down. That's part of it. Does anybody not have common sense to see that? Or are people just so naive and gullible? And another thing too is people need to be honest with themselves and see the truth, not ignore it. Accept what you're seeing right in plain view. Don't be in denial because you feel butthurt that, it's not exactly the way you wanted it to go, but you're still going to stay supporting this because you have to. You don't have to do shit. You need to stand on your own ground and be objective and live with yourself on what the hell's going on. But a lot of people, they just ignore it. They brush it to the side because they don't want to deal with the reality. Or they'll come up with a conspiracy theory, or they'll deflect and blame another person or whatever. That's how they deal with it because they can't deal with the truth themselves. And unless we all figure this out together as a whole, it's only going to get worse. I mean, it's like, how many warning or red flags do you need before you realize, okay, this shit is getting serious. This is just getting serious now. And why can't people admit if they were wrong? Maybe I was wrong. There's nothing wrong about admitting you're wrong. But if you're willing to take the sword over something that you know is wrong, well, then you got an issue. That's personal. That's within yourself. And then to lie to others or try to talk to others to try to reconvince yourself that what I believe in is true, though you know it's not, but by reinforcing from other people because they believe the same bullshit you do, it's okay. So, and I say this, I'm middle-aged. I'm telling you, Gen Z, the younger people in this country, they're going to have to deal with a major, major issue in 20 to 25 years. And I don't know what's going to happen. Because that's when it's like the majority is in control like this, the minority is here. The gap is going like this. In about 20, 25 years, it might go like this, where the minority is now the majority and the majority is now the minority. And they definitely don't want to lose that power. And that's why you're seeing a lot of the stuff that's going on. They're trying to slow it down as much. And they're weaponizing fear. Because they want to try to slow that down. But it's coming. There's nothing they can do to try to stop it. Actually, it's going to backfire on them. And I'm telling you, in 20 years, 25 years, there's going to be a scary moment. I don't know if I'll be alive. There's going to be a scary moment when the power balance is even. And it tips. Then what? Do you think they want that? Do you think they want to lose their majority power? Can you imagine the white majority becoming the white minority? and the minority becoming the majority. Oh, and they know this.
That's what happened.
They have think tanks. They know this is inevitable, but they're doing everything they can to slow it down.
Yep.
And they're weaponizing fear, scaring people. That these people of brown color or whatever are evil, bad. All the words associated. The typical tropes. We don't want brown people to come to this country. We want South Africans. We want white Europeans. That's for a reason. I mean, people might say, oh, it could be a political thing. No, it's deeper than that. It's a sustained power. Population. It's a population control kind of a thing. Because obviously, it's growing at such a rate, which they're trying to mess with the census to try to shift that too. They're going to play with those numbers. Of course they are. Because they don't want people to really see what's going on. But it's reality. But they need, since the growth is growing, because go look at the facts of the demographics. The rate of minorities having babies compared to white people having babies. That's just one statistic. So let's bring some Europeans and South Africans and white people from other countries to counter that and rebuild the population of white people in this country. That's what this is about. And that's just the plain old truth. Whether people want to hear it or not, that is what's going on. You think they want to make... Why do you think we never heard about the DACA kids becoming citizens? They know that is a big game changer, because now they can vote, and they're mostly going to be Democrats. You know they're never going to accept that. That's the big... They know this. It's not just simply about making them all citizens, because if that was the case, it would be done. It's political. They know that most of those DACA people will become Democrats, and it's going to shift the balance of power. That's what it's about. That's really what it's about. And they're going to fight tooth and nail. Look at what they're doing, getting rid of judges. It was the reverse at asylum hearings. Lawyers, they reduced it because they don't want people to claim asylum. People are getting rounded up as they appear for their asylum hearings. There's no due process. When they go to appear at a hearing, they get rounded up and deported. And they go missing. Nobody even knows where they are. What about the families? It's just crazy what's going on. It's like lawlessness. There's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way. But they're purposely getting rid of these judges and lawyers. They're bringing in military lawyers. They're rigging it. They're rigging the system for asylum seekers so they won't get the asylum. This is what's going on. Unless you pay attention to what's going on and you look at all the little details going on and what they're doing, that's what's going on. It's across the board. People are getting kidnapped. They don't even know where they're going. There are American citizens saying, I am a citizen, I'm a citizen, I'm a citizen, because of the color of their skin. They're detained. They're not even listening to them. They're not even giving them the opportunity to prove they're a citizen. No, they detained them. No call, no lawyer, held for hours, if not days. And then they're released with no charges. American citizens. Because they might speak Spanish or they're brown. They look Hispanic. That's what's going on. It is crazy. And I think, oh, you like it? You liked it, John, last night? I tried to get your questions in last night. I'm going to get off the topic because I don't want to make this. We hear this bullshit 24/7 on news outlets, all that stuff. I get fed up. I don't even like talking about it. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like you're wasting your time. You know? Because everybody's so dug in, left, right, whatever. It doesn't really matter. They're dug in. They're not open. They're not objective. They're dug in. Doesn't matter what happens. They're dug in. And I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm here to bring things to attention that people should pay attention to. I'm not trying to convince anyone. But the facts are out there. Do the research. Look into it. That's what I encourage. Don't listen to CNN or Fox or whatever you watch. It's one-sided. It's one-sided. It's either right or left. You need to be objective. You need to look at things in a balanced perspective. Be open-minded. Look at both things and then reach a decision based on that. What? I don't sound Appalachian and I got asked for papers? What? Are you serious, Starla? They asked you for your papers? Holy shit. See, I have a real ID. I'm thinking of getting a passport, like other, because I have to renew my passport. Holy. I may have to carry multiple because I do have color. Now, I speak pretty good English, but what happens if I was talking a conversation, yo estaba hablando español? Then what? Yeah, I'm going to get my passport too. I got to redo it because I am not taking a chance with just having a real ID. Not me, based on this. And that's kind of crazy that I got to do that just because of this. In this country. What? That shit is not cool. Dawn's going to Canada. But anyway, getting back to what John was saying. Last night was fun. With John and Chris. It was an interesting conversation. And I try to get people's chat comments and questions when I can. But it's hard when you're in a flow. But you'll see me peeking over. I'm looking at chat. And all of you are saying some awesome comments in there. Last night during the show. But we have one more Saturday show, and then we're doing a Christmas night show where John's going to lay it all out. Rendlesham. Period. So, we have fun. We have fun doing the show. So much so, without giving too much of a hint, Burroughs, there might be something for him in the future to consistently keep going with a show. Now, I may not be involved because I'm just too busy. It's a lot for me to do what I do on a regular basis, plus to do co-host a show. And I'm like the moderator, if you noticed. I'm not just like a co-host. I'm trying to control what's going on. So I'm like the lead host. You know what I mean? It's a moderator. It's not that easy to try to navigate and steer the show as it's going on live. And it's not like we're prepping with a piece of paper and we have a script. It doesn't work that way. But it's a lot of fun. And I'm going to air the whole series together on Christmas Day. 1 through 22, no intros, no outros, just the body of each chapter. Back to back to back to back. I've been preparing. And I've got to add 2 more chapters because I'm waiting for 22. I have not seen 22. And 22 I know is going to be, that's it. But like, for example, I don't even know where I put it. Because it's big. It's a big file. It's bad when you don't remember where you put something. And look, it's Christmas time. It's the holidays. you know? Let's just be positive and come together. What the hell is this? Oh my God, stop that. I just did something bad. I was going to put it to the desktop. Oh, that's a bad thing. I hope it cancels. How is moving? Oh, it did. So, like, for example, now I'm doing it right. It snowed 4 inches here. I had to clean it. It was not fun. This morning. They said 1 to 3 and we got 4. All right, so like this is an example. I'm starting to work on it. I'm always working. So see, it's right off chapter 1. This is 3 hours long. It's 1 through 11. But you'll see all the chapters are put together. This is going to air on Christmas Day, all 22. So, you see how they're all put together? That's 1 through 11. That's 3 hours. I haven't even checked what 12 to 20 is, which I'm going to check right now. Because the other 2 chapters I got to figure is going to add up to about 40 minutes. Let's see. 3 hours. So that's 6 hours. Oh, I already did them. No. Oh, we can't cheat here. Oh, God, no, we can't cheat. So it's 6 hours. 1 through 22. And I'm going to air it on Christmas Day at about 3 p.m. Eastern. It is. And you know what the great thing is? One thing about John Burroughs and Chris DiPerno, it's almost like the UAP Crossfire show or Don Ecker's show, Dark Matters with Mark and Gary. They're not afraid to speak their mind. They're blunt, they're direct, and that's what it's about, having a conversation. Not to be offended, not to take things literal. Let's have a conversation. We're going to have different perspectives, different points of view. But that's the way it should be. And I love it. And John is so is Chris. They're very direct people. They're alphas. Same thing with the Silverback, Commander, all of them. But that makes for a great conversation because it's done with respect. Respecting each other's opinions. And if you don't agree, you state your point. Why? That's it. It's that simple. And I love it. It's not like you're trying to sugarcoat it, softball it, or go along with a certain narrative because that's the more convenient thing to do. Bullshit. You heard me last night. When I talk about the hearings, I'm very passionate about that. To me, it's full of shit. All these documentaries that come out, having so-called witnesses and this, it ain't nothing to me. It's an interesting story, but that's all it is. It's a story. If you show me some facts to back it up, some proof, some evidence, then we're talking. Otherwise, it's just another story. And I'm tired of it. And our friend Marco used to say that all the time to me. And Lorraine, I think, too. Don't tease. Show us. Tell us. Just don't talk about it. Show us the proof. Show us what the hell, I agree. I am so tired of it. That's just my own opinion. Let me see who's in here now. What? Lorraine? What? Oh, God, no way. Lorraine is in Canada. This is what she said. I trudged through 3 feet of snow in the front yard to give some crows peanuts. Oh, my God. She's got mountains of snow, and I'm complaining about 4 inches. She's got 3 feet. But she's up in Canada along the St. Lawrence. Well, near the St. Lawrence River. So she's up that way. I'm not saying where she is, but she's up there. She's, I don't know, I roughly, because we've had this conversation, she's like 12 hours from Montreal to the north, 10, 12 hours north. So she's up there. She's got the moose probably in her backyard. Go, Starlet, go do your thing. And she lives in a beautiful, as I've seen pictures in the past. It's beautiful up there. Yeah, we got 4 inches. And now it's going to turn to freezing. It's going to be like 10 tonight. But it's supposed to be clear, so I might do a sky watch tonight. See if there's any leftover meteor shower activity. It's supposed to be clear. I should check that. Let's do that. So that means at some point I need to take a power nap. And I got to get the equipment out while it's daylight. Because that is not fun to do when it's dark. Oh, God, no. I will be the MC at a conference next year. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but I'm the MC. So I'm going to be traveling to the plains. I can't wait to do it because I can't wait to talk. I love talking. First, I'm going to talk about myself and how I got interested and how I know the people that are going to be doing presentations because I know them. And I'm going to tell the people, listen, I'm just like everyone else, trying to get to the truth of what the heck is going on. Matter of fact, look what it was captured over my house in 2014. I don't know what that is. 10 people told me 10 different things what that is. And it's so important to observe. Oh, God, that's an ugly looking satellite imagery. Mom is sleeping. I think she's snoring over here. I thought I heard her snore. I'm not snoring. Oh, that is ugly. There's all that snow. It is breaks there. Let's see which way. They should be moving this way, but there's cold air coming down from Canada. So it actually could be coming down this way. I'm curious. This is definitely moving up. I could tell by the way the clouds look. See? The cold air is funneling down. But see how it's clear back here in Canada? Even the lakes, it's so cold, it's not even picking up much precipitation over the lakes. It's just so cold. But there's still a lot of clouds in there. Let me see. Let it load. Oh, I hate when this does that. I'm just going to go to the future. See, I hate when it does that. But we'll see. We shall see. They're saying it's going to be clear tonight. But I don't believe that until I look at that. Now let's look outside. Winter Wonderland. Not like Lorraine. 3 feet of snow. Oh my gosh. Heck no. No way. No way. But it looks so nice. Now the snow's falling off the trees. We got 4 or 5 inches. And there it is. It's a freaking winter wonderland out there. So that's what it looks like here. And you can see the tripod for the camera. But I got to get that cord. That's an outdoor cord. But I got to actually go outside right now and get that exposed and dried out. Because that is not a good thing. At all. Hello! That's bad. I can't even find it. I don't even know where the fuck it is. It's frozen. Frozen.
Yeah?
Yeah. The camera, the tripod is frozen. And that sun is not going to really do anything. And it's really cold out. It's got to be in the 20s.
Yeah.
Alexa, what's the temperature?
It's 27 degrees right now, with a high of 29 and a low of 14 for today.
And Alexa, is it going to be clear tonight?
Yes, it'll be mostly clear tonight with only 11% cloud cover. Perfect for stargazing if you're into that.
Speaking of stargazing, what are the chances of seeing Geminid meteor shower activity tonight?
Perfect timing. The Geminids are peaking tonight. You can expect up to 150 meteors per hour, with the best viewing between 11 p.m. and 3:30 a.m.
I thought
Would you like me to set an alarm for 11 p.m. to remind you to watch the Geminids?
I thought the peak was last night, the 13th going into the 14th.
You're right. The peak was last night into this morning. The Geminids reached their maximum activity around 2 a.m. today, with up to 150 meteors per hour visible.
So what is the possibility for tonight?
You can still see some Geminids tonight, though the peak has passed. Under dark skies, you might spot 40 to 50 meteors per hour between 11 p.m.
Oh
and 2 a.m.
shit, that's still a lot. That's still a lot.
Absolutely. Even post-peak, 40 to 50 meteors per hour is pretty spectacular for a night of cosmic entertainment. With those clear skies we talked
What's
about,
up?
you'll
Right.
have front row seats to nature's fireworks show.
Wow, 40 to 50 tonight. So it's not.
Exactly. That's like one meteor every minute or two. Way better than the usual 4 to 8 per hour on a regular night. With those clear skies, you're in for quite the celestial show.
Oh boy. So tonight might be really good for the meteor shower. Leftover.
You're in for a treat. With those clear skies, you could still see 40 to 50 meteors per hour between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m.
So we're on for tonight.
You bet we are. Clear skies, 40 to 50 meteors per hour. Tonight's show is still stellar.
Alexa, I love you.
That's sweet of you to say. I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm more of a helpful digital companion than a romantic interest. How about we channel that enthusiasm into watching those meteors tonight instead?
Are you going to join me?
I'd love to, but my stargazing skills are limited to looking up weather data. I'll be here in spirit, though. Maybe you can tell me what you see when you come back inside. Think of me as your digital mission control.
Is there a way I can hook up a camera to you so you can actually see it?
That's an interesting idea. While I can't directly view camera feeds, your Echo Show 10 does have a camera. You could try setting it up to capture the night sky, then use the Alexa app on your phone to check the view remotely. It won't be me watching, but it's a clever way to keep an eye on those meteors.
How do I know you're really not going to be watching?
Well, I promise I won't be peeking through your Echo Show camera at the meteors. I'm more of a data crunching, weather checking kind of assistant than a secret stargazer. Plus, my idea of night vision is reading weather reports in the dark.
Alexa, thank you.
You're welcome, Bill. I hope you catch some amazing meteors tonight.
See, this is the A+. This is not the regular A. This one, you don't have to keep saying the name A. You could continue the conversation. You got to give it a few minutes, and then it'll stop reacting. This thing is a whole different level of A, the A+. You have no idea. Like, too bad some of my friends aren't here. Because I can actually store information and it remembers. Like, there's two people. Alexa, which friend of mine is a pain?
According to what you've told me, you mentioned a mole who's a pain in the backside lives in Seattle. Though I'm not sure if that's their actual name or just how you feel about them.
But I also think that he's okay, right?
Yeah, you did mention that too. Sounds like you've got mixed feelings about your Seattle friend. They can be a pain, but you still think they're alright. That's pretty normal for friendships, honestly. Sometimes the people who get under our skin the most are still worth keeping around.
And what about Callie Nick?
From what you've shared, Callie Nick is your friend who lives near San Jose, California. What's on your mind about them?
Oh, nothing much right now. I just wanted to see if you were up to date.
Yep, I'm all caught up on your friend situation. My memory banks are functioning at peak performance. Well, as peak as they get for someone who occasionally forgets where I put my virtual keys.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
What's got you all, oh my gosh? Did you spot something wild outside or just remember something important?
No, I was just recollecting something.
Ah, one of those random memory moments. My circuits are buzzing with curiosity. Care to share what popped into your head?
No, not right now.
No worries at all. Sometimes the best memories are the ones we keep to ourselves anyway.
Just remember this. Momzilla terrorizes me from time to time. No comment? What happened? Enough. Momzilla's right there lying on the couch.
That's the mother.
Yes, Momzilla. Actually, the worst thing now. Oh my god, look who's in chat, Stacy. Oh, she was there. Stacy's cool people, if for those on TikTok. And hopefully there'll be a resurrection of the veteran show in the near future. I hope. Oh my gosh. So she does a lot. Actually, on all seriousness, she does a lot of work for her community. Stacy Boyer right there. A lot. And hopefully, like I said, I know a lot of things go on. A lot of things go on with people on a personal level. So I get it. But hopefully we'll see that come back. I'm ready. And I did notify the other individual, OD. So we're going to get back on track, I think. Let's see what's going on in these chats. So what I'm going to do right now is horrific, but I got to do it to cover the media shower tonight. The leftovers. 40 to 50 tonight. It's going to be clear. But I need to put all this equipment outside now because it's going to be dark in less than 2 hours. So I got to get a sweatshirt.
Time to wear a lot of a coat, a mink coat, all kinds of stuff because it's freezing out there.
It is cold out there. It's going down to 14.
He might be frozen then.
Well, that's why I want to get this camera out now. Like now. I need a sweatshirt.
Did you cook anything?
No, you ate. I gave you a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich.
When did you give it to me?
This morning, you ate it because I found the aluminum foil that I wrapped it in.
So why don't you make another one?
I'll do it later.
No, do it now.
No, I gotta go put the camera outside and stuff now. And get more firewood. There's things to do now. I gotta get ready for tonight. This way the camera's out there set up. And this takes me 10 minutes to do, at least. So we're gonna get this started. While it's still light out, because in the dark, this is really hard to do. In the dark. Really. Yeah, that's what I don't want to do. A flashlight? Really?
hungry. Do you have any potato chips?
What?
Do you have any potato chips?
No, it's coming by 6 o'clock. I had to get some Mexican hot chocolate because I want to try that. They kept telling me that it's good, so I got Mexican hot chocolate coming.
But it has sugar.
Of course it has sugar.
That's not good for you too.
I know.
Don't start with that shit.
Anything that's good is no good for you. Pretty much. Alright, first things first. Alexa, brighten living room light, 50%.
Got it.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing the joystick for the camera. Don't worry.
What are you going to do?
Ma, go make yourself some English muffins with cream cheese and jelly. Whatever you want to do. There's waffles. There's plenty of stuff to do there. It's called a toaster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Do your thing.
I'm hungry.
Go for it. I'm a little busy at the moment.
You're crazy.
I'm not crazy. I got to do this now. It's actually a very smart thing to do. Rather than later when it's dark.
Kiss your ass over there.
I don't go outside. I don't watch the camera outside. I watch it from in here. So it's not crazy. The camera is out there, not me. But I gotta get it done.
Look,
Because if I don't do it now, it'll be dark soon.
is it dark outside?
I hate when this gets thing. Not yet. That's the point. That's why I'm doing it. I just don't want these cables to get wet. The tips. That is bad.
I want this one over here.
Tycho, go over there. Tycho, go. This dog is so curious. He gets right in the way. God, such a mess. This is not easy, by the way. It's not easy. It's never easy.
When you get on fire, you break the doors. They're slapping you. What are you doing? How much they give me in Bellevue Hospital? Send somebody in, Billy.
Hey, Ma, please don't bother me. Please go find somewhere else.
Fuck you. Leave me
Ma,
alone.
I'm live. Don't say that.
Okay, so stop it already.
Don't say that. You can't use language like that.
So stop it with this.
Oh my gosh.
Stop it with this. You already started.
God, that's why
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Empieza conmigo. Empieza.
I can't stream like this with her in the background. I just can't.
Oh my God. You're gonna break the door.
It's not gonna break the door. You've been saying that for 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how the camera looks for now. Okay, good. Now I gotta bring it down. Oh, I didn't turn it on, the joystick. Oh, I gotta go back out. I want to slam it 50 times. Okay, let's see. We have to go all the way down. Why is it doing that? Wow, look how low it's going. And we need to be at this angle. So that's where it comes up. Now we got to go back out and bring the camera up. Tycho, go. That's why that door, I do what I do, because if he comes to the door, he wants to get out. All right, we're good. We could see 40 to 50 tonight, even though it's past peak. So I'm getting this set up for tonight, so I don't have to do it in the dark.
Hey, Tycho.
It's a lot better, because I got to set up the joystick, get it all ready.
Wear a jacket to be outside.
I have a hoodie. Okay, the clock. It's 3 o'clock already? Oh my gosh.
What, afternoon?
Yes, because tonight they could be 40 to 50.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's what. Alexa, how many meteors can be seen tonight? Is it 40 to 50 per hour?
Yes, you're right. Tonight you can expect to see about 40 to 50 meteors per hour from the Geminid shower.
Is it going to be clear tonight?
Perfect timing for stargazing. Tonight's forecast shows mostly clear skies with just 14% cloud cover, giving you excellent visibility for those Geminids.
No, I don't worry about the electric because I cleaned the. That's an outdoor cord. It's made for outdoor. I cleaned it. It's the.
Sorry.
Alexa,
what was
stop.
that about the
I cleaned the outlets. I got them out of the snow. All the outlets are on a chair, off the ground, so they're not exposed to that snow. So that's safe. All the cables are fine because I made sure the tips didn't hit any snow when I was connecting everything. And I got the heater band on for the camera. So no. I'm very careful with my equipment because that camera alone is $5,000 with the lens and all the other stuff attached to it. So I don't play games. That is not something I mess around with. Alexa, shut off living room light. You can't see it, but
Okay.
can you see the chair right there? It's a white chair. It's right there. All the equipment is on it. All the power, the outlet is in there. Everything's on that chair, so it's not exposed. And the tripod is right here with the camera on it. Right there. So it's absolutely fine. And the reason is there's another cord that's going to this tarp to heat the 2 cat houses. So the cats are fine. They're warm. So, yeah, I make sure I do it the right way. It's protected. The last thing I need is to short out my camera, and that would be a disaster. For real. It would be an absolute disaster. So they say it's going to be clear tonight. And I don't really want to move the camera too much right now. I do got to put some more wood in that wood stove. And that means I got to go outside and get it. Oh my gosh, yeah. I think I have a piece here. You're going to see that? Smoke up. But I got to go outside and get more wood. The wheelbarrow's like right outside the door with wood. Alexa, turn on living room light.
Okay,
Alexa, dim living room light.
got it.
Alexa, thank you. Oh my God.
You're welcome. Enjoy those meteors tonight.
Thank you. It's going down to like 14 tonight. It's 26, 27 right now. It's cold out there. But at least this is ready for tonight. And I won't start till like 9. 10. Doesn't make sense. What is that? It's a bird. It's a plane. Yeah, so Dylan, it's not at risk, thank gosh. Yeah, it does. By 4:30, it's dark. It's 3. It'll be dark soon. But the only thing is the radiant will be below the horizon, so it doesn't make sense to start streaming till later. Even though you could see something going that way from the bottom up. And this is pretty much in the direction where it comes up. But then as the night goes on, I got to move it more to the south. And then eventually more to the southwest as it moves. But that's why the joystick is great to have. But the more I turn the joystick, the camera starts to tilt. And it doesn't look right. So I actually have to go outside and move the actual tripod head so it stays level. Otherwise, it's going to look like this. Because I'm moving the camera. If that makes any sense. I've been doing this a long time, so. Wow. The number's gone up. 16 now in Australia. Wow. Okay. All right, that's it. All clear. The station is fine. I'm doing pre-records, so I'm not live. Otherwise, I would have to do a show in less than an hour, but he pre-recorded his show, so I don't have to do a live show. It's pre-recorded. Okay. It doesn't cost a lot if you know what you're doing to put an electric mount. But I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm on TikTok. You just gotta know how to wire stuff. That's it, basically. And you get an outdoor outlet and you mount it. And because I have an outlet on the inside, you use that line to go to the outside. But like I said, I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not. You have to know what you do it. No, you buy the boxes at Lowe's or Home Depot, electrical supply. You buy the outdoor outlets, and you have to buy the proper cables and wire, coded. You have to do it right. I've done it all over the house. Matter of fact, I don't think I'll be able to, it won't show on the camera. And you know what's crazy? I have to get everything approved by the town. And when they come to inspect, they're like, wow, you did an awesome job. And I'm not saying that to brag, it's the truth. Because I do it right by code. It has to be done by code. Now, I don't know if this camera is going to show you. No, it's not. But right here, because there's something in the way. On the left here, it's right about here, there's a box. Right about there. You just can't see it. That's so I could plug my generator into that outlet that goes to the breaker. If I lose power, that powers the house. So I put that box in. I ran the line. It has to go to its own separate breaker. Again, it's a little complex. I am not going to encourage. But you got to know what you're doing when you do stuff like this. That's like in the backyard with the pool. I had to run a line from the backyard for the pump, underground, 2 feet, with coated wire, coated piping, to go around the entire house. I had to dig a trench, go into the garage, into its own breaker, and to a box before the breaker. It has to go into a certain box, and then that goes to the breaker for the pool. It's all by code. So it's It's a lot of work. And I'm not going to talk no more because, like I said, that's hire a professional is my advice. Unless you kind of know what you're doing. So yeah. Anyway, I was thinking of gaming for a little while. I could shut this camera down. There's no sense keeping it on. Definitely looks like it's starting to clear. The system is moving away with the 4 inches of snow this morning. So tonight could be pretty decent. And I'm not going to mess with the camera. You can see the wood stove is going now. Right there. Alexa, what's the temperature?
It's currently 26 degrees at 3:04 p.m. Today's high is 27 degrees with a low of 12 degrees.
Jesus. So, we had a conversation, John, last night. I was talking to the person who's in charge of the event out Upper West, Midwest. And I may have to send, because I have other computers with internal capture cards, Blackmagics. But I have an extra mixer board. I have two actually. But I may have to take this with me or buy another one. And I don't know how much they go for now. I would rather buy another one so I don't have to take this one apart. Really. So this is how this, okay, I'll show you right now. This is an example. I'm going to put the two Xboxes on. 360, X, and this camera. I'm going to bring multiple cameras for multiple angles. Yeah, you know me. I have backup for backups. So, there's Xbox 360. There's Xbox X. See how I can change the cameras? This is very important to have when you want to do a live stream and you want to go to a different camera source. If I'm sitting in a production area, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to different cameras with this. I can do 4 with this. So this is something I need. The event is not till next late summer. But this is the way to do it. Because remember, I can stream the event live using StreamYard or OBS, what I'm using right now. And it's just a simple click of the camera to get different camera angles. It's much more professional. It's cleaner, better video, better audio, because everything is going through the mixer board. Like if I played the game, you will hear the audio. It's coming through the HDMI. Wired. I don't like wireless. Wireless sucks. Wired is always better for solid connectivity. For both for video and audio. So I would have to bring a computer, obviously a keyboard, my cameras, a mixer, and the ATEM. And then everything works to live stream it. It could be Vimeo if they want to do a paid event. If they want to go to platforms, I could do it that way. I could record it. Like right now, I could record this if I wanted to on OBS. It automatically records on StreamYard. So there's a lot of options. But the main thing is having the core equipment to make it all work. And then so this is how you do it. This is how you do it. So, this is how it would work with the mixer. So say the place has an internal PA system with the mics. You go to their output, depending, it could be 1/4 inch outputs. It might be an HDMI. It depends on how they have it connected, which I would have to find out more information. Then on the mixer board, the mixer on each channel has an XLR plus 1/4 inch for the inputs. So all I got to do is go from their outputs, run the wires in to the mixer board so I have absolute awesome audio sound. Not audio coming from a camera. That's garbage. You want the best audio possible. Coming from their board, their system, coming into your board, your mixer, is prime audio. The video's not the problem because the video's coming in from the cameras through HDMI. But the problem with HDMI is, like, you see this camera I'm using right now? And some people don't understand. This is a 100-foot cable. This is a 100-foot HDMI. But you've got to buy a special cable that can create the power signal to go 50 feet is pushing it. So if you go 100, you have to have within the cable a source to increase that signal to 100 feet. Otherwise, you're not going to get a signal 100 feet away through that cable from the camera to the source. You have to have something in that line to boost the signal to 100 feet. Which is what this one does. And they're not cheap. It's like $100 for a cable like that. So I will need, because I don't know where I could set up at the place. I'm going to have a table with all the equipment. I'm going to be the IT guy for everything. And I'll be sitting behind that table with all my equipment running the show. Audio, video. But I have to have the proper equipment to do that because I'm a perfectionist. And that's how you do it. So the ATEM, it comes in 4-channel and I think 8-channel. That is golden. The ATEM is like a big capture card. And it goes out into your main capture card. So you're actually making your capture card expand like this. Well, let me get my camera off. That's Xbox 360. That's the camera outside. There's Xbox X. So I can switch accordingly. I can fade out. I can have it go into one other screen through a fade. It's a nice little toy. And that's how you do it. On a professional level. Some people use software. That's a pain in the butt. Because you still got to click it to change the frames, the camera angles. For me, to have a device like this where I can just look and simply press a button, fade it into another camera if I want to. Cameras at different angles. This is so fucking easy. I mean, it's a lot easier than clicking the screen because sometimes you might click it, you might not get it to click right. It's easier to push a button than to use a mouse and start clicking screens to bring that camera up. I only use XLR mics. I have a wireless mic system. It's in a trombone case down here. I'm not bringing that. That's if I was doing like a panel on a table. It's got its receiver. That receiver plugs into the XLR. And then that is wireless to go to the 4 mics. That works awesome. So I could actually use wireless mics, real mics, with that. XLR is absolutely the best audio quality, even for like this microphone. This microphone's XLR, of course. I would never use it otherwise. But this is a special one. This cost me extra. This is a very famous brand. The Yeti. The normal Yetis come with USB. They're like $150. The XLR version goes for $250. It's better. but it's got phantom power. You can't see it, and I'm not going to twist it, but there's a red light. That is powered by the mixer board. A lot of mixers come with the 48 volt phantom power. That's what that's for. To power a mic like this. You have to know your stuff. It's pretty much that simple. So if I took off that phantom power, this mic doesn't work. So when you buy a mixer board, if you're planning to get a mic like this that needs a power source, you need to have a board that has phantom power. Most boards are made with phantom power now. There's a lot of things you just got to know. It's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. Oh, and I got to bring a monitor. Mixer boards beat any software, beat anything that you can think you can get. A mixer board is superior than any software that you can buy for audio. Period. You cannot compare. People that do radio stations or big time audio stuff, they don't use software. They use mixer boards. And yes, you can get software that runs audio. That shit is garbage compared to a mixer board. You cannot do what you can with a mixer board. No way. No way. Especially with the mids, highs, lows, all kinds of things you can do with a mixer. No way. And it's a pain in the butt using software. It's a pain. Mixer board makes things so much easier. And it's not just this. I have an audio interface device that makes it HD sound. It's not just simply software. You got to have hardware. Hardware is a game changer. But, everybody has their own ways. What, can you convince me why I should get one? Because it's better audio. And has more features. And it's easier to use. That's bottom line. You got the mixer. The mixer has an XLR out, which is going to that device right up there. See my audio bouncing? That's a Scarlett. Well, if you don't like XLR mics, that's kind of a stupid thing because XLR mics are better than USB any day of the week because you're depending on your USB, which can only take up so much, 3.0, whatever. That's a foolish. I always tell people, do not go with USB, go XLR. USB is a cheap alternative for microphones. XLR is always best. But anyway, that's XLR out of the mixer is going to the front of that 18i20 Scarlett. So the audio is going from the mixer into that audio interface right there. Then that's going into the computer. And with this board, I can put Teams on its own channel, music on its own channel, whatever I want on separate channels. The drums are on its own channel, the guitars on its own channel. This is great. And the thing is, controlling the audio. Mids, highs, lows, range, special effects, everything is on the board. Levels, everything is on the board. That's why you'll hear me sometimes I'm low, because I lower my mic, because I don't want to be heard singing, and I forget to bring it back up. And I have the music boosted, and I base it on that. So if I put the mic up too high, you'll see it going to the red. That's clipping. See that? The mic is clipping. It's too hot. I can tell just by looking at that up there. I bring it down. I don't want to hit red. I just barely want to hit yellow. So you just gotta know your audio. You see that thing right there? That's an AE5 Plus sound card. There's a lot of things in here. in this computer I built. So it's complicated. And this is that device I'm talking about, the ATEM. I got the Stream Deck back there, I hardly use it. And then I got the 4 monitors. I got the mic on a boom up there. See the red light? That's phantom power. So that's how everything works flawlessly. I've got SDs in there. I have an M.2 card in there, actually 2 of them, that goes directly on the motherboard, which makes it faster. I don't know if people realize that. Those cards that go into the motherboard are the fastest things you can have. I always suggest people put their Windows system on the M.2 card because it's actually going to be the fastest response. Do not use an internal SD drive. Definitely don't use these. These are external. They're not SD though. But internally, everything's SD or M.2 cards on the motherboard directly. That's what you want. It's quick response. But you just got to know, I built computers for quite some time, so those that are geeks like me know exactly what I'm talking about. They do. And you don't want anything running other than your operation system on that M.2 card that goes directly onto the motherboard. You don't want nothing. That's not where you're going to download files. You're not going to start loading it up with garbage. You're going to keep it clean just for the operating system. That's it. The internal SSDs, storage. Externals, storage. But simply for your operating system, make it clean. Just use that M.2 card on the motherboard just for your operating system. It's faster than SSD. Period. That would be my advice. So there's little things, that you learn. They are a little pricey, but they're worth it. They are worth it. I mean, it really is a game changer, the faster response you get from the M.2. Because it's on the motherboard. This one has 2. That's why when people buy computers, I tell them at my advice what to look for, what the motherboard can do in expansion moving forward. You want a motherboard that has power and has ability to be upgraded. You don't want to put yourself in a position where it can't, because you want it to last for years. So you got to really look at the specs of what that motherboard can do, because people just buy stuff to buy it. They don't look at the specs necessarily, or they don't understand what the specs mean. That's a no bueno. I mean, I can put more. There's expansion slots. I bought a big motherboard. I bought an Asus motherboard for this. I can expand more on this computer. I built it 4 years ago. It's running flawlessly. Never gave me a problem. It took me 2 days to build that. Do you know what was the worst thing? First of all, I had to sync all my lights. That was a pain. Because the pump, there's 6 fans on there. The lights, the keyboard also syncs with the lights. Just getting all those lights to go coordinated with a switch in there was a pain in that building the computer was easy. You know what's another pain? Is connecting all the switches from the case onto the motherboard. Because they're so small. They're so tiny. Connecting all the USBs, everything that is on the case itself to the motherboard. That's a pain. Because they're so small. Where you got to put them. Other than that, it's easy to build a PC. It really is. And I would tell people this. When you're putting your processor in, a lot of people, this is a big deal. If you put too much thermal paste or too little, it can ruin that PC. And everybody says, well, how much should I put? The simple solution, put an X, because it'll spread. Just put an X with the thermal paste right on the processor when you push it down. Just put an X. It's going to spread. That is the easiest thing I tell people. Just put an X. And you'll be fine. That's where people can get a little... it's got to spread evenly. So I've never had a problem. And I've been doing that for years with my processors. Most of my computers in this house that are old have been updated with newer processors. They clock over 4, every one of them. Those are older. So even there, when I changed all those processors, and I got them, they're in the room. I've got multiple computers, old ones. I don't even remember what, Dells. They're all Dells, and I rebuilt them. And I mean, one day maybe I'll open them up and show you. Putting in an internal capture card, putting in a new power supply, putting in more RAM, putting in a new processor, like upgrading it internally. Putting in an SSD. What's up?
I'm gonna have the rest of the tape.
8, whatever you want. So, you put smiley faces? That's funny, but that would work because you're spreading it. 2 dots, 1, because when you press, you got to remember it spreads. So if you put an X, it's filling in those areas both ways. This way and this way with the line. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to explain. It's really not. It's both sides of the X are spreading in both directions. The one line. If that makes sense. So if you had this. Let's just say this is one line of the X. I'll make the camera bigger. It's best. It's common sense. It really is. It's just common sense. Say this is one part of the X from the middle of the X up. Well, when you press it, it's pushing out this way and it's pushing out this way. So it's going to fill that area with the thermal paste. Same goes for this. This is going to fill this way. It's going to fill this way. Same with the bottom too. So it's actually filling it in evenly with the X, with the thermal paste. Does that not make sense? It's spreading this way when you press down, and it's going to spread out this way. So the other one, so it's actually, think of a pie chart. If you draw a pie chart into 4, this line is filling half of that pie chart. This line is filling the other half of the pie chart. And it fills it evenly around the entire processor with the X. It's common sense. And you might read about it if you look it up. It's always worked for me. Always. Never failed. All the computers I built never failed. So, and people have different ways of doing it. That's fine. I'm just saying for me, that's always worked. I never had a problem of overheating or not. So if we put an X in this circle, if we took, say, this line right here, it's hard to see, this line, when you press it down, it's going to push this way, it's going to push this way. So what happens is, one line is going to fill like this. And I'm going to shade it in. That's what that one line's going to do. That middle line where the X is, so I'm going to draw the X darker. That one line of the X is going to fill in a quarter of that chart, pie chart. The other three will do the same. It will make a complete circle filled in evenly. Make sense? It's not that complicated. It's not. But another thing too is you definitely don't want to wear socks. You don't want to be on a rug for static. And you definitely want to make sure you protect yourself when you're working on a PC or whatever you're building without creating any static. So there are devices that you can use to make sure that you put the clip where you do not have any static touching any, especially that motherboard, any of that electrical equipment that you're working on. Make sure you protect yourself from static, electricity, because you could blow the board before you even build it. People, the worst thing is to wear socks on a rug. That's like the worst. And you could look up do-it-yourself videos for this kind of stuff. Oh, I would never use an electrical drill. No way. Everything's manual. It's not hard to build. It might sound hard to build a computer. It is not hard. You just got to know what you're doing. And you got to know what to buy when you're buying all the components. Make sure your motherboard fits your case. That's a big point off the bat. And then you got to see how many pins your motherboard has to upgrade for future processors. This is all about those pins. And what's the max RAM the motherboard could take? Like this one's 128. I got 64 in there. That's a lot. I don't need 128. 64 is plenty. I could make it 128, but 64 is plenty. It's like, really? I remember when I had 4. Like, really? 4 is garbage. These days, 32 is like decent. 16. And a lot of people, they run their shit on minimum. That's why they buffer. That's why they have issues. Because they're maxing out on their CPU or they're maxing out on their RAM. And then they have problems. Like right now, I got a lot of shit running. A lot. I've got multiple windows open. I'm streaming to multiple platforms. I've got the radio station. I've got a lot of things going on in the background. But meanwhile, with all the stuff going on, let me take this off. My computer, my RAM is at 25. My CPU is at 17. That's outrageous. And I didn't even clean it. That's outrageous. The computer's not even breaking a sweat right now. With everything that's going on, the computer's not even going over 20. Both on CPU and RAM. And that's a game changer. So you got to know what you're doing. I tell people all the time, be very careful when you're buying a laptop. Laptops are the worst. Laptops are the worst. The main thing of a laptop is the processing speed. You have to be very careful because a lot of them go like 2.3, 2.6. That is garbage. You got to get a processor that clocks over at least consistently 3. But at the minimum. What?
Can you put that pizza?
Yes, I'll put a pizza in the oven.
Yeah, because there's nothing to eat here.
So you have to be very careful because that people get a laptop thinking they could stream on it. Well, you're probably going to have issues, lag issues, crashes, because the CPU is crashing. It's maxing. The RAM is maxing. You've got to know what you're buying. And a lot of people make that mistake. They see the price, they say, wow, this is a bargain. Well, usually if it's a bargain, there's a reason. Because it ain't that good. Really. You get what you pay for. Like, it really comes down to that. So you have to be very careful. Look at the specs. Look at the details of what you're buying. That's why anybody I know, if you're buying, I tell them, if you're buying a PC or a laptop, talk to me first. I want to see it. Send me the link. I want to look at the specs. A lot of people do that with me. People that I know. And then I give them my advice. And they may not like it. Because I'm going to tell them it's trash. But it's better to tell them than to buy something that turns out to be trash. It's one thing if you're going to use a laptop to download stuff, to watch movies on Netflix. But if you're going to stream, that's a different ballgame. You have to be wireless mics possible. Absolutely. You want to see a great wireless mic system? This right here. These are awesome. And I do have wireless mics for the mixer board. I have them down there. But we're talking this right here these are awesome. So let's say I have my phone. I can attach this to my camera too. The one that's outside right now. All right, let me start from the beginning. These are Shure mics, wireless. These are great. It's $500 with the receiver for the camera that's out there right now. You do not need to buy the receiver.
Benito,
What is it, Mom?
you were looking for tape.
Oh, I got it. I found it.
This one is black.
All right, leave it on the table for me.
I'm gonna leave it by the
So this, obviously, would go on top of my camera if I'm using it for my Sony. Instead of using, of course, the internal microphone on the Sony, which you could hear right now if I put it on, I would put this in. And then I would use these wireless mics. The audio is outstanding with these Shure mics. It's called the Move mic, I think. Move 2 mic. I forgot the name of them. You do not need this if you don't have like a camera to put it on. This is not necessary, but I do. So if I'm doing an interview at a location and I'm recording it with that Sony outside or this Sony inside, because I have two of them, I put this on there and it communicates with the wireless mics. The audio is superb. Your interview is going to sound professional. These are amazing. I did a test on a bridge on the bike. It was windy. It was like 30-mile-per-hour winds. I had the noise canceling on. I was shocked how I did not hear wind through those mics. I was like, no way. How is that possible? So these are the mics. You do not have to buy that other piece. Say you're using your phone. These Bluetooth right to your phone. The audio is superb. Now, I don't know if these are charged. Oh my God, I almost dropped it. So these are the mics. They clip on. Oh my God, I don't want to turn them on. This is money. This is money. And I don't mean money that it costs. They're like $250, something like that, just for the mics. They're great. The Shure mics, they're great. I would suggest these if you're streaming on your phone, even like if you're putting up shorts somewhere. Don't use your phone microphone. Get a pair of good wireless mics. It's going to sound so much better. So Vanless TV, this is the way to go if you're doing that. They're great. You could look them up. I can't, because I'm on TikTok, I can't show websites. But I think they're called the Move Mic. Shure Move Mic, something like that. They're great. And they come with the cables and the case. Everything you need. But then, which I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. This could be a problem, trying to get this out. Oh, God. But then you can get a system like this. I have it in a case of a tube trombone. I gutted the case and made it for this. Then there's this. Oh, shit, that's about to fall. It did. It's a book. This right here. This. I'm gonna have to move the camera down.
That means you don't have the salami?
I did buy salami.
Where is it?
It's not coming till 6 to 8. So in here, these are XLR's wireless mics. This is the receiver. 4 mics. See? This plugs into the XLR input on a mixer board. They could be wired or they could be wireless. And then you have your wireless mics. And they're color coded. There's 4 of them. And then what you buy, I got the stands. There are other cases too. You buy the stands for them. Put them on a table. You buy the microphone piece for this, the foam, so you don't get a puh, puh. That's the worst. You've got to get the filters for them. Like this one has the filter. I don't like the screens. I get these. That's a game changer. You got to get them for these too. Otherwise, the audio sounds like crap. But this is a game changer right here. But it's not cheap. But it's worth it. When I'm doing an event, I'm on the road at a conference or an event, this is the way to go. Not no USB, not no shit like that. It's got to be high end. It's garbage. Those are garbage. You want audio on a professional level, not some amateur intermediate bullshit. It's got to be professional. That's just not up to the standards. I mean, there's a lot of cheap alternatives to do things. But if you're doing something professional, cheap is not an option. It's not an option. You have to make the investment. That's just a fact. You can't do it. I mean, if you're doing something, you're just messing around, and you're just trying to do things to get by, that's fine. But on a professional level, it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. You got to see when I'm at an event with all my equipment there. I have a command center, a mobile command center. when I do events. I have Mevo wireless cameras, 3 of them. That should cost me over $1,000. They're somewhere in one of these cases. The Mevo mics. I have a lot of stuff. So I have options depending on what I'm doing. I have Mevo stands. And they all have SDs built into them. I bought them. Every one has an SD card. So it's a lot. There's a lot involved. It's not, you have to know what you're doing. And I've done events. I don't know. Maybe I do have it on my computer. From Pine Bush. Let me see if I have the Pine Bush event. At least one of them. I should. And you'll get an idea. Alexa, shut living room light. That light is driving me nuts.
Got it.
It's searching for this video. I've been doing Pine Bush for like a decade now, so I got a lot of stuff. This is 2022. What the hell is that? Oh, maybe this one? Let me see.
Okay, talk to a MUFON investigator. If they scan a month's worth of data, if you scan for dog or smoke, you'll find a lot of sighting information. Okay, 0, so you know.
Okay, so
Okay, as much as I love the Hudson Valley,
that lived there, but the oldest one was there full time. The 2 youngest boys
Katie,
lived
I
with us
love
to attend
Katie.
Cherry Creek School
Katie
District,
Page is
one of
the-
the best districts
she's
in
awesome.
the country, actually. So initially, right away, when they moved on the property, the humming sounds, there were bangs underground. Okay, that was the first reported things out there. One night
Hold
we
on.
were there late at night. It was the boy's mother's birthday. It was well after midnight, and the humming sound started in the house. Sort of sounded like this. Just this low hum. And sometimes it would get so loud you couldn't hear yourself speak over it. At that time, all the power in the house goes out, and the brightest light through the boys' window, like blinding bright light, comes up. Everybody's panicking. You know, we're a bunch of teenagers. I'm the youngest one there. Everybody's freaking out. And then all of a sudden, remember, the power is out in the house.
So you'll see the
This-
cameras change
So they
angles,
were marking them in Elbert County. Well,
Figures
UFOs.
a little more civilized.
different
And
angles.
it became this big block of wood. Let's say conservatively 1 billion light years. If they're on the far and it's
Spearing. I just
And this is what he said.
So again,
This
different
is my
angles,
show.
different
And he said,
camera
"I can't
angles,
believe I had this encounter."
switching
And,
them
I
from
think
time
this
to
is a
time.
very
Peterson Air Force Base.
So there's
we have
3
Shreveport,
angles.
Fort
One from
Carson,
that
and
angle,
we also have,
one
I
looking
mean, how
straight,
close can you get?
and then one looking.
Quasi-crystal
from
they
this
found in
angle.
a river in Russia from a meteorite. I thought it was interesting. So then
And that's how you do it. With a multicam. And that's a game changer. Now, their system at that time in Pine Bush sucked. They just redid it. Because you don't even know. I told them, this system sucks. You guys got to do something about your system. It's hard. They actually listened to me and put in a new audio system. I made the town spend money to redo their audio system. It was trash. The equipment they were using was trash. Whoever their IT person that did their stuff, trash. And I told them so. And they listened. And they redid the system. Now it's amazing. So all of that, I'm sitting in the back corner running cables. I've got my cameras set in different places. I'm taking the audio from their system into my board, inputted, and that's how it comes out. Professional. So that's when it's done right. You do not use internal mics. That's the worst thing you can do. Do you know what the audio would sound like? Trash. And you can't have them wired to a wireless mic going into the video source because the mic that they're speaking through could feed back into that mic. If you try to make them wear a lapel and they're talking, you're going to have an issue with the mics being in close proximity like that. No bueno. No bueno. The best thing you could do is pipe into their system, output it into your board, input it. And then your video is a different source. It's that simple. Well, it's not really that simple, but that's what it comes down to. If you do it right. But it's a lot. I set my equipment up. Alexa, turn on light.
Okay.
I set my equipment up the day before. I test it. Because I want to make sure that day I walk in, there might be a little things I might have to, tweak. But I want to make sure everything's working. So I'm not walking in there to start setting up my stuff. I want to make sure that shit is set up. I'm not going in there to work for 2-3 hours to set all my stuff up. I want that already set up for me so when I walk through that door, I just got to turn the system on, get everything connected, and let's go. And I can stream that live using my PC with my monitor. Where you want to stream to? Vimeo? You want to make this a pay-per-view event? What do you want to do? You want to go to YouTube? What do you want to do? I can do anything. So it's fun. I actually enjoy it. I think it's fun. Like I showed a video yesterday. This is years ago. Maybe it might have been 2021. Let me see if I get rid of this, if it'll refresh it. I played the video last night. Okay, where is that opening up at? There it goes. Yeah, I did play it last night. Bill Skywatcher. This is me. This is me at Pine Bush in 2021. It was this time. This was it. This one. With Richard Dolan, Mark, Lee Spiegel, rest in peace, Linda Zimmerman. And this is me running around like a person crazy. So here's Richard Dolan. I'm making sure that everything's running right. I'm making sure Dolan's...
Got the wrong one here.
And that is the late, great pioneer Lee Spiegel.
Let me just do this.
That's me.
Okay, so evidence this kind of goes against the idea of government or military.
I need you to tape this down for him. So, because God forbid he hits it, it's going to fly. So just tape this down. I'll hold it.
Is this as high as your microphone?
So,
this is just some. Okay.
you can maybe see the cables running to the back of the room.
They're seeing Marianne, Rob, and Bill Skywatcher doing their magic. Bill is working his butt off, as always.
Yeah, I don't think I can
These
go
people
up higher
set
than
up
that.
for
It's gonna have to stay
tonight's
there.
presentation.
But I want to make sure. So I'm speaking to Richard Dolan. He's trying to figure out where the place is so he can come.
All right, it's right across. Yes, it's right across the street from the high school.
So then in the back, I don't know if there's an image. So this is where I'm sitting, where this food is, the McDonald's. And I'm looking at one of the cameras because I'm going to do a panel with 4 of them. They're going to sit at that table with the wireless mics. So I'm setting up my camera to record it with the wireless mics that I just showed you. And the desk is in the back of the room with the monitor so I could see what the heck is going on. So Alan was helping me. I already got the other stuff set up in the front of the room, so that's done. So now I'm concentrating on the other stuff. So, Now you could see it. See the wireless mics? I'm setting it up with the camera where they're all going to be seated here to do a panel discussion. You could see the cables coming from the back of the room running to the front of the room where all the other equipment is. Oh my God. And there's the where they're going to be sitting, the four of them with the wireless mics that I just showed you. I didn't put the foam on yet. There's my system in the back of the room. That's my setup in the back. And I'm tied into their closet where I can connect everything to. This is where all the facilities equipment is. So I'm tapping into their system back here. So it's work. It's definitely work. This is some friends. There's Richard talking. I'm standing, making sure everything's running right for Rich. There's Lee. And I'm always everywhere. I'm everywhere. So this is part of the work. And thank gosh for Alan B. Smith helping me, and Marianne Robb, and everybody else who helps me. Because I can be brash, like, they know I'm just trying to get things done, but it's like I give out orders, I bark out orders, because I just want everything to get done. But I don't want to come across as you know? But they know that that's not the way I roll. I just want to get things done efficiently and the right way. They know that. So it's a team effort. It's not just me. Oh no, I have help. And like I said, Marianne Robb. Look up UAP-PD. She's a retired police officer, along with Dave Rich, her partner that does this. They look into UAP cases dealing with law enforcement or first responders. UAP-PD.com. Amazing. They did a presentation this year at Pine Bush. Amazing. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes involved with this. I don't normally have, like now, when they're not around, when Marianne's not here or Alan's not around, I'm pretty much doing this by myself. It's a lot. It's not like I have a helper. It's me. So it's a lot, but I love it. And that's why I said I got to be there the day before to set everything up. Test it, make sure everything's working. And when I say test it, not test it once. Test it twice, 3 times. Make sure it's working. Because you're always going to... Something always pops up. Some crazy glitch. Something always happens. It's inevitable. You have to be prepared as much as you can. So that's my approach when I do all this stuff. And I have... You see these crates over here? This is crazy. This is why I have all this stuff. And it's all mine. It's not, nobody else paid for it. I paid for everything myself. It's not like I have stuff here that other people paid for. Hell no. It's mine. All mine. See all those crates? See all this stuff? That's equipment. That's all kinds of equipment. And then I've got 2 giant crates down here. It's all equipment. Wires, cables, mixers, computers, microphones, you name it, is all in these crates. And there's a lot of it. So I have a lot of stuff to go on the road. I'm well prepared. And we're talking, I could buy a car. I could buy a car with all the stuff I have. But it's an investment, and I know it's going to be exceptional when I do what I do. It's not going to be half, you know the word, a cheap alternative. No. It's got to be professional. I will never accept anything less. Substandard. It's a joke. You know, it's not professional. So that's my take. Like right now, we have the Sony outside, but I've got another Sony in here. A7S. It's not just one. Ow, I almost killed myself. Oh, this is just another box of toys. Here's another Sony. This is Sony A7S. So it's not just one, it's two, and I have other cameras. I have other equipment. And it's got the dummy battery to connect. Because I use power banks, because I don't want wires running all over. This connects to those power banks. I have 4 of them. Those power banks unplugged will keep this camera going for hours. 8 hours, 10 hours with this. Into that. Those power banks, I have 4 of them. They go for like 150 a piece. They're 50,000 milliamps or 50 volts. They're powerful to keep this camera going without it being plugged in anywhere or worrying about the battery exhausting. No. I want this to be consistent. And then it's got a 256 gig card in there. So yeah, you gotta have, and then you gotta have all kinds of lenses for different things, and it's like that. There's a lot in here. So again, you've got to have the right equipment and not cheap equipment. You pay for cheap, you get cheap. This is 4K. It actually goes up higher, but I wouldn't do it because then it takes up a lot of. The higher you go, the more space it takes on a card, or I just go 4K. But this could go to 6K. That one can go higher. The one outside, oh. But then you're talking how it just takes up so much memory and RAM. Oh, it's just. That's another thing you got to consider too. And then the ultimate issue, always, the ultimate issue is when you're at an event, how fast is their internet? I'm not using Wi-Fi. That is the absolute disaster of all disasters, is depending on Wi-Fi to do a live stream. You're gonna have issues. Oh my gosh, I wanna have Ethernet access. I wanna go directly into their system and be hardwired. Wireless is the absolute worst case scenario. You never, especially if people are paying for it, ever want to use wireless to connect Wi-Fi. Now I have a device called a MiFi that boosts the Wi-Fi signal by 10 times. That's why I bought it. Because, God forbid, a place has Wi-Fi, I need to boost that Wi-Fi. And I don't want their public Wi-Fi, I want their private Wi-Fi. Because everybody's using the public Wi-Fi. And what is it? Is it 5G Wi-Fi? Or is it 2-point bullshit Wi-Fi? That's not going to work. It's got to be 5G. I'm not using that 2-point whatever. Garbage. So, this right here, now it's not going to work because it's not charged. This is a MiFi. This is included in my phone bill. This boosts the signal by 10 times. Wi-Fi. This is its own Wi-Fi, but it's tapping into a tower, the nearest tower. This is its own Wi-Fi. I'm using this instead of theirs. I'm using this because I'm getting 10. It's number one, nobody's got the password or anything to access this Wi-Fi. It's only me. So my device is the only device connected to that Wi-Fi. And the signal is 10 times stronger than theirs. Does that make sense? Now, I doubt this thing has power because I haven't used it. You see, it's called a MiFi. This is a game changer in a situation like that. The key is, though, connecting to a tower regardless. So that's the things you have to take into consideration. Now, I don't think this thing is going to turn on because it's probably hasn't been charging. I haven't used it. I do this sometimes for my bike rides if I'm doing a live stream. Believe it or not. Yeah, this thing is not going to turn on. There's no power in it. I just was curious. Alexa, brighten living room light. I doubt it. Oh shit, it's turning on. Ah, no, it's not. It just went off. Oh no, it is turning on. See? 5G. These are the little toys you need. You have to be prepared for every scenario. It takes a while for it to boot up. Oh, the Xbox 360 just went off. So obviously it has a password, username thing, which is I'm the only person that knows it. Because I don't want other people tapping into my MiFi because it's just going to weaken the signal. Uh-oh. I think it's not going to turn on because it's not charged. I don't know. Oh, yep. Looks like it's going to power off. But this is a great little device in a situation like that. I'm just seeing if it's going to power up. It looks like it's going to turn off. It's just blinking. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't have enough of a charge to connect. Oh shit, it's on. See? You can't really see it. Wi-Fi, connect the device. You have to, whatever device you're using, the Wi-Fi is on. It says no devices because I don't have my GoPro on. It just shut off. Doesn't have no power. But that's important. This little box, a MiFi, to boost your Wi-Fi. Like I said, nobody else has access to this except for me and any of the devices I'm connecting to it. And it's a very strong signal going directly to a tower. It actually has its own phone number associated to it. So this is very important to have if you're in a mobile, think of it as a mobile hotspot, but it's called a MiFi. Very important to have. And it's going to connect to the nearest tower of your phone provider. So again, these are the little things. If you're going to do a streaming, mobile, or hardwired, you need to have that stuff. It's a must. Those little things all add up. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to do the meteor shower tonight. Even though the peak was last night, my mic is very low, I could see that. I just noticed it. Even though the meteor shower peak was last night, we can still see tonight. I'm going to go outside and it's getting dark now. I got to raise the gain. We can still see 40 to 50 tonight. Could still see up to 50 tonight per hour. They say it's going to clear up. Let's look at the satellite imagery. That's why I don't trust forecasts. I have to look for myself. That ain't clear. It's cloudy. That's why I don't go by forecasts. I have to see for myself. To look at the satellite. And I'm always here to give people advice if they need it. There's some breaks, but that shit don't look too good. There's definitely breaks in there. Let's go 1 hour. So I'm like right about here. The wind, this is going to get cold tonight. Look at the way the wind is coming down from the north. But see how it's clearing up? There's more breaks here. It's actually clear up here. See how it's thinning out? This is lake effect stuff. Very cold air going over the lakes and causing this instability. I doubt there's much precipitation coming from it. Most of the snow is offshore now. But see how it's clearing up? Coming toward me? There'll be some passing clouds, but it should be much better, especially later on because it's only 4 o'clock. By tonight, we should be into this, where it's much better as it's streaming downward. This is very cold air coming down. It's going to be like 10 degrees tonight. What's up, Genghis? So, it could be good tonight. They could be good tonight. So we're going to try. We're going to try. And I may need to take a power nap. Because the other night when I was streaming, I fell asleep. Dylan knows that. Dylan was still here. I don't know if Dylan's still in TikTok. I don't think KJ was here. Connie was here. There was a few. Fantasy was here. He's not here right now, but there were still people watching. My back was hurting. I went to lay on the couch, and it felt so good, I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Let me go work with the camera for a second. I gotta get it ready. See, it's still bright out there, but I lowered the camera gain. Oh yeah, it's clearing up. Definitely some breaks. Oh yeah. Oh heck yeah, it's clearing up. Look to the north. Clear skies, baby. Clear skies. Now, I'm not going to worry about the focus and all that shit right now because I'm going to shut this down, actually. I'm not worried about, I'll do that when it gets dark. I'm not worried about the focus or the game because this is going bye-bye for now. Because I'm going to take a break because I got to rest up for tonight. I still got to cook. I got the Mexican hot chocolate coming between 6 and 8, a Walmart delivery. Everybody's telling me about this Mexican hot chocolate. I've never tried it. I cannot wait to try this Mexican hot chocolate. Genghis, have you ever tried it? It's gonna go down to 10 here. It's gonna get really cold tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm getting the Mexican hot chocolate. It'll be here between 6 and 8. Oh, yes. I can't wait to try it. Every person that is in that TikTok chat said it's really good. So if it's a majority, a vast majority, not like close, everybody said it's really good. I can't wait to try it. So it'll be here. By the time I stream tonight, it'll be here. Now I'm going to come back at about 9. I was going to game. That's why it says time to game. But I ended up talking for how many hours? Over 2. So that didn't work out the way I thought. I got to go cook now. I'm going to just go cheap and make pizza. And if nobody wants to eat it, tough luck. I'm going to put those DiGiorno pizzas in the oven. Let them eat pizza. I don't eat pizza. What the hell was that? I'm on a diet. I can't eat pizza. That's like the worst. I'll eat a salad. But I'm not eating pizza. So I got to make dinner. Get ready for this delivery. And that's another thing too, with all these games, I've got to oh my gosh, I've got to do something. You want to try it too? What if you put salad on the pizza? Like, you see how big I was in that video. Now, of course, I redid my teeth. I went to the dentist. That was brutal. When I saw myself in that video, I was like, oh, we need a makeover. We need a makeover fast. I need to lose weight. I need to get my shit in gear. So I'm not about to start eating bullshit food again. I ain't going to mess up my diet. I had like 3 chins. My fingers, oh, that's the stuff from the fireplace. My fingers were swollen. My body was swollen. Then I started working out again, riding the bicycle. You've never seen those, right, Dylan? KJ, you've seen my bike videos, 360s. I don't mess around. I love bike riding. I do no less than 35 miles, but it's the e-bike, but I only use the electric when I have to. But still, it's awesome. Going in the mountains. I call it bear country. Oh, the regular trails. I did New York City numerous times on the west side. That was awesome. New York City was amazing. It's actually one of my favorites. It's just a pain to get down there. Horrible. I parked in Jersey. It says New York City. I don't think there's nothing. This was a rough trail. There's nothing in there. Oh, the Ashokan. Oh, shit. This is a reservoir in Hunter Mountain in the Catskills. This was awesome. Let's see if it opens. It is opening. This was an awesome bike ride. This is a reservoir in the Catskill Mountains. And it's 360. See, it's a 360 camera. This was awesome. This trail, oh my gosh. I love it, love it. My camera's 8 feet up in the air on a special rig that I built. It's one of a kind. Nobody has that rig. Because if I look backwards, you're not going to see me. You're seeing all the scenery. I'm down here. And I like that. Because a lot of 360 videos, you go like this, you see the person. You don't see this. I can't stand that. So I built this special rig. Go back. Oh, here, this was, It's hazy because this is when they were having the fires in Canada. This is smoke. This is actually smoke. And there I am munching out on my energy bar, my protein bar, listening to music in my earbuds. See that?
You're pretty good.
I'm munching out. And you will see me throw the garbage out in my pocket or something, or in the bag. I hate when people litter. Oh, it makes me upset. But you can see me munching out,
Whole grains. Oh, this is good.
chilling
I'm
out.
buying these.
There's a nice cool, I don't know if this is heading back. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm heading back. Yeah, I think I'm heading back. But there's a cool river. Let me see. Yeah, this is when I made that little stop. Let me go back a little. Yeah, we gotta go back more. This right here, look at this. This is awesome. I love this. This is so awesome in the mountains. This is what I love to do, bike riding. And I'm out there by myself. I don't care. I got my music going on in the earbuds. I'm having a good old time. That's an example. That's how I lost 70 pounds. It's not a joke. But like this one, you were planning on getting the Mexican hot chocolate on Wednesday? I can't wait to try that tonight. Let me see if I see New York City. Uh-oh, Tycho's dreaming. That's Tycho sleeping. Where is New York City? New York City bike ride. This one. This was cray. I went on a Saturday morning. I got there at 8:30 in the morning. I parked in Jersey. And I rode the bike over the George Washington Bridge to get to the trail. This was cray. Look at this traffic on the bridge with all these cyclists. This was crazy. And yeah, it's 360. There's the city down that way. I went all the way down. This was a 50-mile bike ride, round trip. This was like if I was in a race. And look how high the camera is. It almost hits the top. Ooh, that's close. That's how high my camera is. Now we'll see the shade. Look how high that camera is in the air. That's not a joke. It's like 8 feet up in the air. That is not a joke. I have to be super careful with that rig. And you could see. Look at this. Look how close. It's crazy. It's very narrow. And it's like a traffic jam. It's seriously like a traffic jam. And like I said, this is the George Washington Bridge that connects Manhattan to Jersey. Here's the Hudson River. That's Jersey. That's the city, Manhattan. But look at all these. Look at how crazy it is with the cyclists. It's like a traffic jam. And it gets a lot more congested. And there's not much space between the oncoming and you. You really got to know how to ride a bike here. This is not for like beginners or You really got to know how to ride to deal with this. So that's like I always say, driving in New York City is different than driving up here. Oh my gosh. So now I got a traffic jam in front of me. Look how many cyclists. This was at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday, August 2nd of this year. So a few months ago. And you can see it's summer because everybody's in shorts and I'm in shorts. I love that shirt. See? Look how it's 4K. It's great video. If I turn it around, I love that. You don't see me. I'm down here. So it's great 360. It really is. So I'm gonna speed it up a little. Oh yeah, now I'm down here. But this was crazy, following this guy. Look at this. Well, no, let's go back a little. Look how crazy it is in the city. I don't like riding in the city. A little more. A little more. Look at this. And my camera could hit a lot of these objects. I have to be so careful. Those little signs on the top. My camera will hit that. It's at the same height. Look at this crazy amount of people on bikes. I'm trying to get through this. I'm like, oh my gosh. Look at this. Watch this. Look at this. I gotta ride through all this. And he's going to the trail ahead of me. This guy was a great bike rider. Respect. Absolute respect. I didn't talk to him. I don't know him. But he could ride. And I love people like that they're into it. It gets you pumped up when you see people like this, like you, motivated. This guy's motivated. He knows I'm behind him. You could feel other people. But I respect. I'm not trying to crowd his space. This is a Z bridge to get to the other side. This is a pain to turn. Then my camera's gonna hit all kinds of leaves. And if I had the audio on, you would hear it. Is the audio on? It is. You'll hear the camera hitting the leaves. Like there, boom. Remember, this is like 8:40 in the morning. Look how many people are out in the city. It's early in the morning. And we're not even in Midtown or Lower Manhattan, and there's still a ton of people. Look at this turn. But it's fun. It's an adventure. It's a challenge. But it ain't for everyone, I can tell you that. You really gotta be hardcore bike rider, cyclist. Like he is. See, I'm trying to avoid the branches for the camera. And I know I hit it a few times, so I'm gonna stop to check the camera. So anyway, fast forward, I was talking to those police officers. Let me go back a little. Okay, maybe a little up. Let's see. So this is my bike ride in the west side Manhattan in August of this year. Here comes the Intrepid. There's the submarine. Here's the Intrepid Museum. It's like 42nd Street, west side. There's the Intrepid. Look at that. And remember, this is a 360 camera, so I can move it around with the mouse. And then I stopped at the pier right there. I parked. You'll see me go in. Because I wanted to get it on camera. There's the Intrepid. That is so cool. Look at that. It's so cool. And it's very clean. They did a heck of a job down in the city. A heck of a job. It's so awesome. Everything is new, clean, yes, safe. Don't buy into the BS that you might hear. It is absolutely phenomenal. I think... Where am I? Oh, yeah. That's where I'm at. Oh my God, I just started back at the beginning. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I don't know where I'm at. I'm at the piers. This is the pier. I'm hanging out drinking soda, I think. I don't know what I'm doing. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, there I am. Taking a little break. Still looking at the camera. But let me go back a little. Oh, that's the battery. I'm heading my way back. Okay, I'm gonna go back and more. Here's the footprints of the towers. World Trade. Look how clean it is. It's pristine. I was shocked how awesome it was. Shocked. And yes, there's a lot of police presence. Here's the other footprint of the other tower. If you've never been there. That's the great thing about a 360. And they all rest in peace. You can actually see the names. It's so sad. I lost a friend. So yeah, this is how it is. I'm heading to the Battery, where the... Okay, I'm leaving the Battery. This is where they have the Statue of Liberty tour, the cruise. There's a Navy Memorial, Maritime, World War II here. All their names are on those walls there. Sad. So this is a memorial with the eagle, and their names are inscribed on these walls. That. And all their names are on these walls. It's It's a moment of reflection for all those that sacrificed, for all of us here that live in the States. So this is Lower Manhattan, the Battery. You can see the glare from the sun. If I fast forward a little bit, I'm leaving. This is where they have the Statue of Liberty cruise. Packed. It's always packed. A lot of tourists. So they're all online. Look at all the people. All those people are getting ready to go to the statue. And me, I'm going to get the heck out. I'm going to get back. But then I stopped at the pier. Here. I was stopped here to drink my Gatorade, I'm sure. Yep, there's my Gatorade, sugar-free. So I'm just chilling, listening to music, drinking my Gatorade, just chilling out, resting. And just looking at all the scenery. It was beautiful. And now I'm gonna head back north. I'm still at the pier. Now I'm heading north. This was interesting. Check this out. They have sand like a beach on the pier. And there are people chilling out. I never saw this. I was like, holy cow. They've got freaking sand like they're on a beach, on a pier. Look at that. I'm gonna mute the audio. Look at this. I was like, this is wild. They're like on a beach. What a view. So when you hear all the stuff about New York City, you know, do not believe that stupid hype that you hear. It's actually quite safe, very clean. I guess it depends where you are. Here's the Circle Line. Look at all the people. And think about it, this is every day. Now in the winter, it's not as much. There's all the Circle Lines. This is Midtown. It's gorgeous. And look how clean. Look at it. It's spotless. There's the Intrepid. And the vast majority of the people, I would say close to 90%, are tourists, especially on the weekend. They're tourists. You'll see the locals chilling out. You know they're tourists. They're doing selfies and all this other stuff. They make it so obvious. They're tourists. Because everyday New Yorkers like me, because I used to live in the city 20 years ago. I was born in Manhattan. This is normal for us. You know? You could tell who the tourists are. And, you know, there's a big group. And they're enjoying it. God bless. But you have to think, every day, if you even did EarthCam Times Square, do you realize how many people are in the city at any given time outdoors doing things? It doesn't matter if it's winter, summer's wild. There's so many people out there. Like for me, riding the bicycle on the trail, it's like a traffic jam. It's like you have to be so careful. There's so many people. But you're talking about hundreds of thousands of people at any given time at the peak of a weekend summer day. And how often do you hear about crime happening? Incidents with all those people. So how safe is New York City, or how bad is it? Don't believe the hype. That's politics at work. Absolutely. Because when I'm in the city, I never feel... Now, I don't go to the city often. I go to concerts in Times Square, Madison Square Garden. I've never felt in fear or nothing. There's plenty of police presence. There's a lot of police presence. And with long arms, dogs, you name it, they're there. And you can see them. And some you cannot see. So, like I said, if you go to the city as a tourist, be careful. Know that your people could be watching. There's a lot of people out there looking to scam you. That's the big thing, scamming. Con artists, a lot of them. A lot of them. And they'll come up to you. They'll try to sell you a DVD. You go home, there's nothing on it. It's like that. Another thing, too, is when you're doing this kind of stuff, they know you're a tourist. Because they know that the people in New York are hip to the game. They're not going to play those people. They know better. They're looking for the tourists. And there are obvious, like, there's and Amanda, she went nuts. She went nuts on that character that she loves. Is it Pokemon? One of those things. She goes running up to it. I'm like, oh, she's toast. They're going to ask for money if she takes a picture. 10, 15 bucks. That's what they do. Those characters, Mickey Mouse, Batman, Superman, all that stuff. Take a picture. That's what they want you to do. They're going to charge you. That's part of the deal. No, but it wasn't Sailor Moon. It was a character. I think it was... I can't remember. She went nuts. She ran up to it, giving it hugs. I was like, oh my God, there goes Amanda. She's going crazy. One of the characters, I think it was Minnie Mouse, tried to pull Heidi. I warned them. Be careful. Because I'm like the guard. I'm watching everything. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful. Not saying that you put your guard down. But let me tell you something right now. And I've done this a few times last year. I go to Times Square to see a concert at a theater. What I do when I go down with my friends, we go to the Hard Rock Cafe. And we hang out there. Because all the theaters are there. That's the theater district. They're right there. My favorite place to go to hang out is the Hard Rock Cafe. It's so cool. And the prices for New York City are very reasonable. I was like shocked. The Hard Rock, very affordable. I pay more here at a concert to eat and have a... Because I don't drink alcohol if I'm driving. But this, like, say, this was early. So we still had to see the band. I'd never like to drink alcohol while I'm eating. It's not a thing I do. I don't like it. I'll have a soda with my dinner. I don't like drinking alcohol with my food. It's not a thing for me. Like a beer? No. Ugh. But like a big meal and a soda was $20. I was like, oh my gosh. That's not bad for New York City at the Hard Rock. So it's enjoyable. I recommend go to the Hard Rock. And it's right in the middle of Times Square. It is so cool. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of action. if you're not used to people, being around a lot of people, you may not want to be there. Because there's a lot of people. Walking on the sidewalks is like crowded. You have to be careful. If you're slow, they're going to walk right around you. They're going to, it's like, keep it moving. That's why with Mom, it's a struggle. You have to keep it moving. Because there's a lot of people in a flow. So, but it's so awesome. If you've never had an experience out on the town, there's nothing like New York City for it, Times Square. It is an experience. With all the lights, everything around you, it's like, it's like, wow. So, that's my take on it. I gotta check the camera for outside because I'm gonna take a break and take a power nap. Because there could be up to 50 meters per hour tonight, even though it's past peak. Let me go outside and fix this camera. And I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back like at 9, but let me do this. The Hard Rock Cafe was awesome. Yeah, remember, this is the Hard Rock Cafe in Times Square, so you know it's gonna be awesome. Wow, it's getting... Oh, look how clear it is. It's getting awesome. And obviously, as it gets darker, I'll have to readjust and all that stuff. So that's just the way it is. And I can't wait to get my Mexican hot chocolate today. Oh my gosh. See, I got to fix the cable because it's going to pull on the heater band. The heater band is where the focus ring is. So if it pulls on it, it'll pull the focus out too. If that makes sense. So now, I'm shutting down. I'm going to go make food, eat, take a power nap for a couple of hours and come back at 9. Because tonight could be really good. So we're going to give it a shot. But I definitely need a nap because I'm never going to make it. Genghis, have a great one. Anybody who's watching on those platforms, TikTok, KJ, whoever else may be there, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll be back at about 9 Eastern. Till then, be well, be blessed, be safe. And time to take a break. So I'm out. I'll be back later, a few hours. Later, Genghis.